This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
Work can be a little weird. Cringy training seminars, coworkers who won't stop talking about their plant, forgetting the mute button at an inopportune moment. We have to deal with a lot on any given workday. Sometimes it can feel hard to thrive and move forward in your career. Well, that's where LinkedIn comes in. LinkedIn helps you get ideas and insights from experts in your field, connect with people professionally, grow your network, and access tools designed to help you find the right fit for your next role. Whether you're just getting started, figuring out your next move, or looking to accelerate your career, LinkedIn is built to support you at every stage because LinkedIn is the network that works for you. Visit linkedin.com/knowstuff to learn more. Running a business is hard enough. Don't make it harder with a dozen apps that don't talk to each other. One for sales, another for inventory, a separate one for accounting. That's software overload. Odoo is the all-in-one platform that replaces them all. CRM, accounting, inventory, e-commerce, HR, fully integrated, easy to use, and built to grow with your business. Thousands have already made the switch. Why not you? Try Odoo for free at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
Hello, friends. It's your friendly neighborhood podcaster here, Charles W. Chuckers Chuck-Tran Bryant, picking from our past, July 30th, 2015, how bats work. Not baseball bats. Oh, no. These are the little fuzzy, winged, rodent-looking things that a lot of people are scared of, but I think are super cool and super cute. Listen to how bats work right now.
Welcome to Stuff You Should Know, a production of iHeartRadio.
Welcome to the podcast. I'm Josh Clark. There's Charles W. Chuck Bryant.
I didn't know we were podcasting about dolphins.
That was my bat.
Oh, I thought it was a dolphin.
No,
No?
that was a bat.
Well, then why are you wearing your dolphin running shorts?
That has nothing to do with bats and
Remember
everything
those?
to do with Dan Marino.
They probably still have those.
Dolphin running shorts? What are you talking about?
Yeah, remember the little, like real runners, they still wear those shorts, or maybe it's all spandex now, like super tight.
Okay.
But they used to be just like a little wispy piece of
They were called dolphin shorts?
well, I think that was the brand.
No, I wasn't familiar
That's
with
what I
those.
remember. But, things were, the right gust of wind could reveal
Sure.
lots of things.
I know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
Like shorts.
Yeah,
Like, but
runner
real
shorts.
flimsy ones.
Real satiny, flimsy, wispy. And I think they were dolphin running shorts. And by the way, this podcast is not sponsored by dolphin running shorts.
No. It's sponsored by the Bats of America.
That's right. Which I always have liked bats, but after reading this, I'm so much more in love with bats.
Oh, yeah, they're neat animals.
It's amazing. And not just like, I learned a lot of stuff. I kind of knew about the echolocation and stuff like that. Yeah.
Actually, here's my impression of a bat echolocating. Pretty good, huh?
Because humans can't hear it.
That's right.
Yep.
I just did it really great.
Very nice.
Chuck, if you are on the fence, well, not you because you've just stated that you're over the fence, clearly in the bat yard.
Pro bat.
Pro bats.
Mhm.
Me too.
Yeah.
They never did anything to anybody on purpose, aside from some of them sucking your blood while you sleep. Aside from that,
Super rare.
bats seem to be pretty great animals. And if you're on the fence about bats and you want to go over to the pro bat side, go onto YouTube and type in bat eating a banana.
It's very cute.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
There's also baby bat burrito videos.
Yeah. There's.
They're wrapped up in a blanket, not a tortilla.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cute bat videos out there because there's a lot of cute bats.
There sure are, my friend.
And you might say, no. I've seen bats. They are as ugly as pure evil gets.
Yeah.
You're talking about what are called microbats, the ones
Yeah.
with the crazy nostrils that actually make Yumi gag.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I think they're cute too. I mean, I get it because they definitely look like literary ghouls and fiends.
Mm-hmm.
But
Which makes you wonder. I wonder if fiends and ghouls were modeled after those types of bats.
I'm sure.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
didn't realize it was so obvious.
Well, no, I mean it would have to because that's a real thing, and they look so much alike.
Well, maybe no one had seen a bat,
Well, yeah.
and then they make
You might be
gargles, and you're
right.
like, what a coincidence.
Or maybe a bat just died at the feet of an artist one day, and he's like, "Oh man, I gotta cast this in clay
Right.
and put it on my front doorstep.
I know what you were driving at, though. They are cute in their own really weird, uncanny way.
Sure.
Yeah. So, but
nothing like the flying fox. Those are legit cute.
no, and actually this article needs to be updated, man. So bats are, bats are the only flying mammals, we should say. They're very unique animals. Mm-hmm. Only flying mammals,
Wait, what about the penguin?
non-flying, and a bird.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't even come close.
Gotcha.
Bats are mammals.
Yeah.
And they're more closely related to humans than, say, like the fox or the rat or whatever that they're frequently described as being the flying version of.
Sure.
And there's, I think, something like 1,200 species of bats.
It's a lot of bat species.
And they all belong to the order Chiroptera,
Yeah.
which means hand wing, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
And then bats typically are subdivided into 2 suborders. And it used to be Mega Chiroptera and Micro Chiroptera.
Is that not right anymore?
No, because science, specifically like taxonomy, used to be kind of dumb.
Sure.
It was just based on appearance.
Yeah.
And then once the field of genetics came along, they started like genetically testing things and realizing that that's not a really good way to categorize things.
Like this skunk looks like a raccoon, but they're not the same thing.
Right. So maybe they shouldn't be in the same order any longer.
Yeah.
This is the case with bats. So it used to be based on their size, megabats and microbats, or mega chiroptera and microchiroptera. Now, because of genetic testing, some of the very small bats are now in the megabat order, suborder,
okay.
and vice versa.
But those are still suborders.
They are, but they've renamed them to megabats and microbats.
Oh, I gotcha.
But so, for example, the long-tongued fruit bat
Yeah.
is considered a megabat, but its wingspan is only about 10 inches.
Right.
It's a little thing.
Whereas if you look at the flying fox or the fruit bat, Asia, Africa, and Australia, those things are adorable and they are huge.
Yeah.
Like 6-foot wingspans on some of these bad boys.
Yeah.
And I think they're gorgeous. I think it's the wing just terrifies people.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a cute little fuzzy fox, and then he goes,
Right.
and unfolds
it
those wings.
It envelops you and takes you to hell with it.
Well, that's what it evokes, I think, is a cape that something would wrap around you and suck your blood,
yeah.
like a vampire.
Oh, I wonder if vampires were invented independently of bats.
What is the cute little guy that
The bumblebee bat?
Yeah, I posted a picture of that fella on Facebook today. Just as a teaser, people didn't know that we're going to do an episode on it, just to get reactions. And most people are like, "Oh, that's super cute," and a lot of people are like, "I still wouldn't touch that thing."
Well, that's a really good, sensible thing. Like, bats might be cute and all that, but they're also enormous reservoirs for diseases. They're like top-notch disease reservoirs for diseases that you and I can catch, like Ebola and rabies.
Sure. And they think one of the reasons is because and we'll talk about this later, but they're so comfortable with each other, they just huddle together.
Right.
Spreading disease on one another.
Exactly. I mean, like, epidemic disease didn't take hold among humans until we moved into cities. And even in cities, like, we're still not elbow to elbow.
Yeah.
Figuratively we are, but not in reality. Bats are literally elbow to elbow in their colonies.
Yeah.
So disease just spreads anywhere it wants among them.
Yeah. However, about the rabies scare, they are carriers of rabies, but not like people think. I think less than 0.5% of bats are rabid. 0.5%. And you're way more likely to get rabies from raccoons and skunks and other
okay. Well, there you go.
like that. Yeah.
That puts it in perspective. Because I like pet any raccoon I see. Maybe I should stop doing that.
You should probably stop doing that.
They bite me a lot.
Yeah. You should get checked out.
Maybe I should.
So, yes, you said how many species? About 1,200. And aside from varying in size, like you said, just the look of them, like the flying fox looks, like we said, like a little fox, has that long snout.
Right.
Looks traditionally like a mammal, has smaller ears. And those little scary-looking guys have those huge ears and that nose that makes you gag.
So here's the thing. Like, I believe that even that is up in the air now that they've started doing genetic testing.
What is?
Like that classification based on looks as well.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's just bat taxonomy is really up for grabs right now. It's a
Well,
really exciting time.
Let's say generally speaking, then. Probably.
Okay. One of the other distinctions, too, typically that divides these two suborders, Chuck, is what they eat.
Yeah.
The micro bats tend to be carnivorous.
Yes.
So it includes vampire bats, but vampire bats are not all bats are vampire bats, even if they're carnivorous.
No.
Most bats just eat insects if they're carnivorous.
Yeah, like mosquitoes.
But mega bats, including the big ones with the 6-foot wingspan,
Yeah.
the flying fox, I think you
Yeah.
said, those are they're just hippies. They just eat plants.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like literally nectar and spread pollen.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. Like birds. Why is that funny?
It's pretty great.
Yeah, it is. All right, well, let's talk a little bit about the wing, because this is where my learning really started here in researching this. The German word for bats is Fledermaus.
I expected more from you than that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I expected you to put on like a metal hat with like a spike coming out of the top.
That translates into flying mice
Yes.
for the curious.
And people will say that because a bat does look kind of like a flying mouse or a flying rodent of some sort. But like I said, they're much more closely related to humans.
Yeah, and you also might think they're like birds because they fly around. Not so. When you look at the wing structure of a bat and a bird, very different. It actually, if you look at a human, if you held your arms out to your side with your elbows bent and your fingers spread, and then basically
shook your hand.
Yeah, like you were going to do jazz hands,
Right.
exactly. And then imagine that there was a webbed membrane called a how do you pronounce it? Patagium?
Patagium. I don't know. One of those two.
Those are the wings.
Patagium.
The flesh. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
The flesh of the wing. If you held your hands out and did jazz hands, but it was all webbed and connected, that is way more what a bat's wing looks like and functions like than a bird's wing.
Right. So a bird's wing has rigid bones in it, right?
Yes.
And the muscles that control the wings are located basically at what would amount to your armpits.
Yeah, like a socket.
So, like, just do the chicken dance real quick and think about what you're doing.
Yes.
Right? You're not. There's not really any movement in the actual arm. It's all at the shoulder joint.
Yeah.
Same with birds. With bats, that is not the case because they're basically like winged hands, which is the reason their order is named that. Right?
Yes.
They can basically swim through the air.
Yeah.
Which allows them to dive bomb and turn and twist and go up and down and go after these insects that can fly really fast, which constitute most of their prey.
Oh, yeah.
Much more easily, and they're much more adept at maneuvering midair than your average bird is.
Yes, absolutely. Like 1,000 times. There's no science behind that.
I would say even like
statistic.
1,500 times.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if we're going without science, let's just say like 1,000,000 times more.
Yeah, a gazillion. They have little thumbs that extend out of the wing in the form of a little small claw, and this is what they use to climb trees. It's really neat how they fly. I guess we'll go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. They don't have enough lift with their wings to take off like sitting on a branch like a bird.
Right.
They don't have like strong enough legs to run down a runway and take off. So they hang upside down and drop and then start flying.
Right. They have like small withered little legs that they basically drag behind them as they crawl.
Yeah, and so that's why they climb trees. They climb up to a high launch point.
Right.
And we'll get to the
And
hanging
fall.
later because that's super cool too. And then just fall and start flying.
Right. And that's
And
what bats do.
That's what bats do.
And that's how bats fly.
Scientifically speaking, they believe that bats used to not fly, and thanks to natural selection, the ones who could leap further and further from tree to tree were more successful, and that eventually led to that patagium being formed.
Yeah,
And
they
before you know it, they could fly.
kind of like lemurs or flying squirrels or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So like one of them was born with an extra skin flap, and everyone was like, "You freak!" And then it flew,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Wow."
Who's the freak now?
Exactly. Look
Gulp,
at all these
gulp.
insects I got.
Yeah.
So they think that the bat evolved, like you said, from a tree-dwelling mammal which we likely did as well, which is why we're related to bats,
Yeah.
most likely. We share some sort of single common ancestor that dwelt in trees. And probably bats evolved somewhere around 100 million years ago is what they believe. But I think the oldest fossils they found are like 50 million and change.
Yeah.
And these fossils that they found in Wyoming show that the wings are there, but the ears are not developed, which suggests that flying developed among bats before echolocation did,
Oh,
which has
interesting.
been a long-standing debate.
Yeah.
Did echolocation come first? Did flying come first? Or did they both evolve at the same time? And it turns out flying was first.
Nice. Well, right after this break, we will talk about that echolocation. How about that?
Let's.
We've all had the experience of calling a business and just wanting to talk to a real person. Not an automated voice pretending to be human, an actual person who can listen and understand and offer help.
That's exactly what you can do with Ruby. Ruby is the virtual receptionist company that takes care of your callers when you're unavailable in the middle of something or simply don't want to pick up.
That's right. They can answer, screen, transfer calls. They can take messages, collect payments, book appointments, and more, all while making the people you serve feel special.
And best of all, it can help you be more productive. For example, 9 out of 10 lawyers who use Ruby log more billable hours per day than the national average.
And other professionals like plumbers and technicians win more customers while being able to stay focused on the job. But whatever kind of small business you run, Ruby is built to save you time, earn you more customers or clients, and make meaningful connections with the people you serve.
It's available 24/7, 365 days a year, and 100% based in the U.S. See why more than 15,000 small businesses use Ruby. Visit ruby.com, or better yet, call them at 844-900-RUBY.
The springtime thaw is finally here. Flowers are blooming, days are longer. We're saying yes to more plans and finally getting outside, running, walking, just moving again. It's the perfect time to upgrade your everyday go-tos with Bombas. Take Bombas sports socks. They're super comfortable and designed with sport-specific tech for running, cycling, yoga, hiking, you name it. I use them to run in, and I can tell you they work beautifully. So head over to bombas.com and use code SYSK for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com, code SYSK at checkout.
So you're considering getting a home security system, but you want something that fits your space. Well, with ADT Blue, it's easy to customize a system that's right for you and set it up yourself. Just pick the kit and monitoring plan that makes sense for your home.
Yeah, well, let's say you're worried about package theft right off your front porch. The ADT Plus app can walk you through setting up a new doorbell camera kit. Once it's installed, ADT Pros can help you keep tabs on it 24/7, or you can manage it yourself from the ADT Plus app.
That's right, there are no long-term contracts, so you can change your monitoring plan whenever you want. The flexibility doesn't end there either. You can add to your system as you need with things like extra cameras or motion sensors.
Some life decisions are hard, but thanks to ADT Blue, you can get DIY trusted ADT home security in a snap. Head to ADT.com/BLU to build your system today. And to find out more about home protection, check out a new episode of Grown Up Stuff with security expert Joe Mazza, out now on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, Josh. We talked about the wing structure makes them able to hunt really well, but it's
Right.
really a 1-2 punch along with their echolocation or echolocative abilities.
I think that's a word.
Is that a word?
Yeah.
All right.
So you can maneuver all day long, but if you can't find your prey,
You're just doing a weird dance. up
right,
there.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're just showing off. And the way that bats find their prey, there's a common myth, Chuck, that bats blind as a bat.
Yeah.
That bats can't see. Absolutely untrue.
Yep.
Most bats have like perfectly good vision.
Yeah, like exceptional vision even.
Yeah. There was a study, some German study, I believe, that found that bats have rods and cones, which means they can see color in the daylight
Yeah.
as well as like black and white stuff,
Sure.
right?
Old movies.
Sure.
Yeah.
Before Ted Turner got his hands on them.
Oh, boy.
And-
that never went anywhere.
It really didn't. But now it's like it's done. Now Wizard of Oz is like gaudy. As gaudy as like the Terracotta Army originally was.
Well, no, Wizard of Oz always was both. Because when they get to Oz, it's color.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
What was Gone with the Wind?
I think he did colorize
He
that.
did colorize
Yes.
it.
Okay.
Woof. Anyway, can you tell it's been a little while since we've done this?
No, I think it's great.
I can. It's also really hot in here. And it's getting hotter by the second. The more I stall, the hotter it gets. Allow me to continue.
Okay.
So bats echolocate as well as see. And again, I'm not quite sure. I couldn't find this, Chuck, but I think microbats might be the only type to echolocate.
Oh, really?
I don't think all bats do.
Oh.
The reason why is because if you're a hippie pollen-eating herbivore bat,
Sure.
you don't need to echolocate your food. You can just fly around until you run into a flower.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, and smash it and then just like lean over and suck it
Right.
dry.
There's some nectar.
Yeah.
Okay. If you are seeking flying insects as your prey, then yeah, you better be able to echolocate. And we can actually echolocate. There's a man who is sightless who can echolocate, and he's a human being.
He is?
Yeah, I can't remember maybe a Men's Health article on him. Like, this dude just taught himself to echolocate.
Did they call him Batman?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't remember that much.
Well, if you've ever been to a canyon, let's say a Grand Canyon,
Okay.
let's say the Grand Canyon,
Sure.
and you boom your voice out there, please don't say hello or is anyone out there. Those are, come up with something better than that.
Better than Pink Floyd lyrics?
No. If it's in that context, then it passes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what would you recommend for an echo?
Oh, man. I
What's
was
your
hoping-
go-to echo words?
Definitely not echo.
I think echo is great. It's hilarious.
Definitely not hello. You know, I would say now batting for the New York Yankees,
Manny Moto.
Manny Moto. That's what I would do.
You could also do ka-ka-ka-chow. Do
What's
the
that?
chicken dance.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good. So whatever you choose to go with at your next visit to the canyons, you will hear that echo come back to you, and it's basically the same way that bats use, except instead of echoing off of a canyon wall, it's echoing off of a mosquito
Sure. Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. When you make sound waves and it travels and it hits that canyon wall, it comes back to you, right?
Yeah.
And bats do the same thing, but like you said, they're bouncing off of a mosquito or some other flighted bug
Sure.
that it eats. And just from standard echolocation, the bat can identify, oh, there's a mosquito there. Like all this other stuff, all the other sound that I just put out there came back at a much slower rate than this little spot did. And that spot is probably a mosquito, but it gets way more detailed than that.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, bats' echolocation is picked up, and they're still not entirely certain like what kind of receptors the bat has. I mean, it's apparently all oral.
Yeah.
But in the bat's brain, it creates what would be about equivalent to our visual field. Like we see light bouncing off of stuff, and
Yeah.
I can tell roughly how far away you are and where you are and what position you're facing or what direction you're going, all through light waves.
Yeah, in an instant. Like we don't have to think about that. Like we
Right.
see it and it's there.
The bat's not calculating all of this. It's
No.
just getting this information. Its brain is automatically putting it together in what amounts again to like a visible visuospatial field,
Wow.
right?
Uh-huh.
And so it knows there's a mosquito. It's about this big. It's about yay big. It's traveling at this rate in this direction, and it's like right below me. And it goes and gets the mosquito.
Yeah.
All from, rather than picking up light waves, creating a sound wave and listening for its echo.
Yeah.
That's echolocation.
It's amazing. So,
And also, I should say, Chuck, it's really good that this is ultrasonic because some of them go up to like 120 decibels, which is the equivalent of having a smoke detector like a couple inches from your ear.
that is not fun.
No, it'd shatter your life.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about the different parts. They will determine the distance of the mosquito by how long it takes that noise to return. You and I could do that with simple math. at a canyon, we could actually calculate how far away that other wall is with maths.
You and the canyons.
You know? Location, they can determine where it is and how big it is and what direction it's moving by literally, like if the mosquito sound bounces back and hits the right ear before the left ear, they know it's going to be the right.
Right.
That's pretty easy. And then they have all these little complex folds within the ear. It's not just like a big dumb human ear like we have.
Yeah.
Lots of little folds that will help indicate its vertical position as well. So if they know it's coming from above, it'll sound different in the ear than if it's below.
Right. And again, to the bat, all this is happening automatically. Its brain is putting all this information together, and the bat knows there's a mosquito right below it.
That's right. The size is determined by the intensity of the echo. Something larger will have a more intense echo. Mm-hmm. So that's a big fat mosquito that just feasted on Josh. So it's got lots of
tons of blood.
Delicious blood. And
they also use the Doppler effect, Chuck, to determine whether something is going away from it or toward it.
That's right.
Remember the Doppler effect? I've mentioned it before and got it totally wrong.
Yeah.
Let me try again.
It's tough.
You ready?
Yeah.
So the wavelength of something is set. It's determined, right?
Yes.
But if something is coming near you, that wavelength has to be compressed in a shorter space.
Yes.
So therefore, the frequency, the pitch increases. If something's traveling away from you, it has a lot more space between it and you to fill up that same wavelength.
Yes.
The same wavelength. Uh-huh. So the frequency, the pitch goes lower. That's the Doppler effect.
Right.
I think it's the Doppler effect.
Why do I have a feeling you're going to get email that people are like, oh, Josh, so close.
I really practiced.
But this one more thing. So that is how they determine distance, location, size,
direction.
and direction.
Right.
Amazing.
And also the actual sound that they're making when they echolocate. A lot of bats fly around with their mouths open.
Yeah.
And they look like they're just kind of slack-jawed yokels.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it turns out they're making their echolocation squeaks the whole time. Again, it's just ultrasonic, which is above the human threshold of hearing, right?
Yep.
So it's squeaking the whole time. It's not just sitting there with its mouth agape. And some bats also, especially the microbats that have the crazy nostrils that make Yumi gag.
Yes.
Those actually will echolocate and generate the sound through their nose.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's why they look that way. Mm-hmm. They're like little speakers.
Right. So, Chuck, I think we nailed echolocation, don't you?
Oh, yes.
And the Doppler effect, maybe?
Put that one to bed.
And we will talk more about bats, including their little families that they stay in right after this.
We've all had the experience of calling a business and just wanting to talk to a real person. Not an automated voice pretending to be human, an actual person who can listen and understand and offer help.
That's exactly what you can do with Ruby. Ruby is the virtual receptionist company that takes care of your callers when you're unavailable in the middle of something or simply don't want to pick up.
That's right. They can answer, screen, transfer calls. They can take messages, collect payments, book appointments, and more, all while making the people you serve feel special.
And best of all, it can help you be more productive. For example, 9 out of 10 lawyers who use Ruby log more billable hours per day than the national average.
And other professionals like plumbers and technicians win more customers while being able to stay focused on the job. But whatever kind of small business you run, Ruby is built to save you time, earn you more customers or clients, and make meaningful connections with the people you serve.
It's available 24/7, 365 days a year, and 100% based in the U.S. See why more than 15,000 small businesses use Ruby. Visit ruby.com or better yet, call them at 844-900-RUBY. Hey everybody, here's a fact for you. In the United States, there is a break-in every 26 seconds, and that means that somewhere right now, an intruder is getting closer. And the problem with most security systems is that they only alert you after the break-in has started, and that's too late.
Well, that's what makes Simply Safe different. They use alerts. Simply Safe's U.S.-based live agents, they identify threats on your property and help deter them before they actually break in. So the intruder never gets into your house. The crime is stopped before it even starts.
That's right. And another great thing about Simply Safe is they have no long-term contracts. They give you peace of mind and great value with their monitoring deterrence plans because they just start at about $1 a day.
Yeah, Simply Safe sent us a setup years back, and I still use mine every day.
Yeah, and apparently setup, you can do it by yourself in under 30 minutes, so it's a really good value and it doesn't take long.
So if you want to experience the Simply Safe peace of mind, you can take advantage of the Simply Safe discount offered to Stuff You Should Know listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/stuff. That's half off at simplysafe.com/stuff. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Work can be a little weird. One minute you're in a meeting that could have been an email. The next you're trying to decode corporate jargon that somehow means nothing. And don't even get us started on the quick sync that turns into a 45-minute deep dive.
Yeah, well, the truth is figuring out your career isn't always straightforward. Whether you're trying to grow, pivot, or just stay relevant, it can feel like you're navigating it all on your own. Well, that's where LinkedIn comes in.
That's right. LinkedIn can help you grow your career, helping you confidently navigate your path with insights, ideas, and inspiration from your professional community. You can stay up to date with the latest trends in your field, connect with people who get it, and discover opportunities tailored to your goals, your experience, and what actually matters to you.
Whether you're looking for something new or just trying to grow where you are, LinkedIn gives you the tools and connections to move forward with confidence. Because LinkedIn is the network that works for you. Visit linkedin.com/knowstuff to learn more.
Chuck.
Yes.
So you talked a little bit about bats and how they love to huddle together.
Yeah.
And it depends on the kind of bat.
Yeah.
The bloodthirsty bats, vampire bats,
Yeah.
they actually tend to roost in small little colonies or solitarily, I believe sometimes, in really hard to reach places.
Like the Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like your fireplace.
Yeah.
I had to battle a bat once in a fireplace.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Smoke it out?
No, I didn't smoke it out. I put on a leather coat over another coat, gloves.
Dude, I always love
motorcycle
how you
helmet.
suit up before you do any battle with nature.
A laundry basket and a broom.
Yeah.
And I lost. But they'll be by themselves usually. That's a good giveaway that you have encountered a blood-sucking bat. The hippie herbivore bats, those tend to congregate in enormous colonies.
Yeah.
Some often composed of millions of bats.
Millions.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You mentioned that they do all this feeding and activity at dawn, dusk, and overnight.
Yeah.
Because they will get eaten by hawks and falcons and things during the day, and other predators too. So they like to stay away during the day and hide out, like you said, in caves, dark places,
Sure.
under bridges. We'll talk about Austin in a bit.
Right. Hawks don't typically go into caves. They hang out in trees. So bats go off and spend their days sleeping in caves.
Upside down.
Upside down. And you were saying earlier that you were excited about talking about that, and I understand why.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, the reason they hang upside down is not to look creepy. It's because that's the way that they launch themselves to fly.
Right. And when they're sleeping upside down, they're able to sleep. You would think that, if you're hanging on to something upside down,
You get tired.
yeah, you've got to really tense your muscles. Not with the bats. You would, if you were doing that.
This is the fact of the show for me.
I think you should take it.
Well, you're right. If I was hanging upside down, I would not last very long because,
I wouldn't last a second.
I would be clenched. Well, we couldn't even hang upside down because we'd be using our hands.
And all the blood would rush to your head, too, and you'd just pass out. It'd be really uncomfortable.
That's right. But what would happen if we were to try to do that, or to try to do a pull-up, let's say, is we would, clench our fist around something which contracts muscles, which are attached to your fingers by tendons. It's all one big series of connections.
Right.
To hang on to something, to clasp something, or to grab that coffee cup.
Exactly. And you're exerting energy by contracting your muscle, right?
That's right.
With a bat, that's not the case at all.
No, their tendons are only connected to the upper body. No muscle involved whatsoever.
Right. So when they're hanging upside down, their upper body is pulling down on their tendons, which means their claws close onto whatever they're hanging from.
Yeah, it's like it's gravity coupled with just a reaction, like a literally a physical reaction from pulling that bat will make those claws close.
Exactly. So it requires no energy whatsoever, right?
Or talons, I guess we should say, right?
Yeah. But it requires no energy.
None whatsoever.
And bats will actually, they'll die in that position sometimes.
Yeah, so what they do is they'll fly up to this thing, they will initially clasp it with their claws, and then relax. And when they relax, they hang, which makes them clamp down really hard. And like you said, if they die hanging there, they will stay hanging there.
And they can go to sleep. That's where they sleep. So one of the reasons why it's so important that a bat doesn't have to expend any energy while it's upside down is because they're mammals, which means that they are warm-blooded, which means that they regulate their own temperature internally, right?
Yeah.
Which requires a lot of energy. That puts bats at a particular disadvantage because they fly, and that requires a ton of energy. Mammals are not designed to fly, to generate the energy needed to fly. Bats can do it, but to do it, they have to enter what's called a state of torpor every day.
Yeah.
And basically, while they're hanging upside down, they get super, super sleepy, and they get so sleepy that their metabolism starts to slow, and their internal temperature falls and becomes about in equilibrium with the external temperature. So they go from warm-blooded to essentially cold-blooded during a single day.
Yeah, like David Blaine might.
Yes.
If he was preparing for like some weird stunt.
Yeah.
They're controlling their own internal temperature and their own metabolic rate.
Right. So while they're doing this, when their metabolism slows, they're using up less energy, which means that they're conserving it for when they fly later on when they go hunt.
That's right.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, they can actually even hibernate, some bats.
Yes.
If they're in a region where it calls for it. Or they may just do like birds and migrate to warmer climes.
There's a lot of different bats and a lot of different things that bats do.
Is that going to be our little tag?
Maybe.
This episode? All right, well, let's talk a little bat. Let's call this fact and fiction, since that's what this section is called in the article.
Okay.
Pretty original. Like we said, their leathery wings and their weird faces and their resemblance to ghouls and demons make them vilified.
Yeah.
But bats are our friends because they eat tons and tons of insects.
Literally tons.
Yeah. What was the stat on that?
There's
1,200 mosquitoes in an hour. One bat.
That's a little brown bat
Yeah.
in North America. It's the most common North American bat species. 1,200 mosquitoes in an hour. Which you
crazy.
say, who cares? There's trillions and trillions of mosquitoes.
There's a lot
Doesn't
of bats,
matter.
too.
Well, there are a lot of bats. That's right. There's a bat cave in Bracken Cave, Texas, that has 20 million bats. It's a colony.
Wow.
And every night they eat 200 tons of insects.
200 tons.
And a lot of those insects are crop-ruining insects, so farmers frequently take their hats off and wave to the bats, hello, hello,
Yeah, they do.
in something of a salute when the bats fly by.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a farmer do that to a bat?
Yeah,
It's a really-
he's pumping Roundup in one hand and waving at the
Yeah.
bats in the other.
It's neat. It'll bring a little tear to your eye.
They are plant pollinators, like we said. They will go in and gather nectar, and when they do this, they get pollen on their bodies. When they fly away, they spread that pollen.
Right.
So specifically, they're pollinators of bananas, figs, mangoes, cashews, and agave. So if you are hammered on tequila right now,
Thank a bat.
thank a bat.
And you mentioned that colony in Texas, in Austin, right?
Yeah, under the Congress Avenue Bridge. Very famous spot in fact, it's a big tourist attraction now that
Yes.
they've embraced.
So they're bringing tourist dollars in too. They pollinate, they eat pest bugs, and they bring in the tourists.
Yeah. I think some of them are Uber drivers as well.
They're just trying to eke out a living.
Yep, exactly. What else? Let's talk about the guano. You know what that is.
It's poop.
That's bat poop. And guano is very rich in nitrogen and is a great fertilizer. And not only that, but at one point, the U.S. Army and even further back, the Southern Army, the Confederate Army, I believe they're called, they collected bat guano to use as gunpowder and explosives.
They extracted the saltpeter from it.
Crazy.
And
I had no idea.
Yeah.
It actually extended the Civil War because once all their fortifications were destroyed, they literally went and collected guano from bat caves to keep making bombs.
Right.
Or I don't know about bombs, but gunpowder.
And again, it is also like a top-notch fertilizer that's still in use today. Like you can buy bat guano at the average nursery probably. And it wasn't bat guano, but bird guano too has been used, and wars have been fought over it. It's such an effective fertilizer and power energy source that, it's pretty interesting stuff. Go read 1491 or 1493, I can't remember, talks about this in detail.
On the scarier side, though, you did mention vampire bats, and they do feed on blood. But this article is keen to point out that they are not bloodthirsty man hunters. They will.
No, they're man stalkers.
They'll eat a cow. And when I say eat a cow, they won't eat a cow.
No, they usually.
The cow doesn't even, it doesn't hurt the cow that much, right?
No, unless the cow contracts an infection or something from it.
Yeah.
The vampire bats usually need about 1 to 2 tablespoons of blood a night, which you can easily get from a cow without any harm to the cow as far as blood loss goes, right?
Sure.
And the cow typically doesn't even know what's going on because the vampire bats have very sharp teeth that don't really make much of a sensation going in.
Yeah.
And the saliva has an anticoagulant in it, so the blood just kind of trickles out and keeps coming. And then the vampire bat flies away. What's interesting about them, though, is they don't fly onto you. They fly near you, and then they stalk you on all fours, which makes it super creepy.
Yeah. Even though I love bats, a crawling bat with those wings is a little creepy.
Coming to suck your blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, it's not sucking blood, remember. It's an anticoagulant, so it just opens up a vein.
Lapping up blood.
And laps up blood.
Apparently, they also have a cool little organ in their nose. It's like a heat-sensing organ, so they can find like where the blood is closest to the skin.
Oh, really?
And then go...
Wow.
And then go...
Let's talk about reproduction for a second. They reproduce typically only once a year.
Oh, bat reproduction.
Yeah. Oh, you thought it meant just like us.
I thought you were about to sing Salt and Pepper.
They reproduce typically only once a year, and that makes them... it's tough. They're some of the least producing mammals in the world.
Yeah, they produce one baby a year.
Yeah. On average, some can reproduce more.
Yeah.
But it doesn't happen that much. They're called pups, which is very cute. A pup weighs 25% of the mother's body weight, which is remarkable.
Because they often nurse while the mother's flying around.
Yeah, so that'd be like a 120-pound woman having a 30-pound baby.
Just attached to her while she's flying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They live, like we said, in large colonies, and so it's not hard to find a mate. But once the females get pregnant, they tend to form a maternity colony within the colony. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, and apparently the bats are very altruistic. Like they've recorded acts of bats going and bringing food back for bats who are sick in the colony.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
That's pretty neat.
You don't find that very often in nature.
No, not even with man.
Right.
In many cases.
Yeah.
So they'll form that little maternity colony, which is super sweet because the men don't really stick around and help raise the young. Evidently, they just do their thing and they're gone. And apparently the colonies are men tend to hang out with men and women tend to hang out with women anyway.
It's like an 8th grade dance in there.
Absolutely. So what happens is the women care for their offspring for a while, but they don't have a whole lot of time to do it. About 6 weeks to 4 months, and then the bat is fully independent and can fly on its own, which is great. And this is the second fact of the podcast to me.
Okay.
The female bat is so smart they can delay their fertilization based on like the best time to have a baby bat.
Really?
Yeah, so they can have the sex in the fall, and hold that sperm and release the sperm to meet the eggs like 6 months later in the spring.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That is very neat.
They've learned to actually control their own cycle.
They have some serious willpower.
Well, they want to survive, you know?
Yeah.
They are ultimate survivors.
You know, bats have a real problem facing them right now, Chuck, with white-nose fungus.
I know, and this is sort of, well, it's not only a threat, but it's a bit of a mystery, isn't it? Of like why it's so widespread all of a sudden?
Well, it's just spreading like wildfire in part because bat colonies are so huddled and close together.
Sure.
From what I understand, it's just the ones that hibernate that are having the problem because this white-nose fungus, it's a fungus that grows on their nose, and apparently the itch makes the bats that are hibernating wake up. And when they wake up, they're in big trouble because an animal that hibernates has just enough energy stored to make it through the hibernation period. If they wake up and blow a bunch of energy, like bringing their metabolism and body heat back up to normal levels, and then try to go back into hibernation, they'll starve to death before the winter's over.
Wow.
So this white fungus grows on their noses and other parts, but typically on the nose, and wakes them up, and then they spend all their energy and end up dying. Or they die from exposure to these winter temperatures or that kind of thing.
That's awful.
Yeah, and apparently it is really deadly. Like some hibernaculus, which is like a hibernating colony, have like a 90 to 100% mortality rate when white-nose fungus gets a hold of them.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and it's a real problem, and they don't know how to stop it.
Well, another real problem is in places, some parts of South America, when there's a rabies fear going around, like an outbreak in the town, they will bomb a cave full of bats.
Blow it up.
They will blow it up, and let's say there's 100,000 bats in there, and 0.5% of those have rabies. So that's 500 rabid bats. They're killing off 100,000, and then they're like, what's up with all these mosquitoes? Why do I have malaria?
Well, either that or the bats they go after are the ones they can easily find in caves, which are the ones that pollinate. They're not even vampire bats, so they're not getting rabies from them anyway. So they're killing a bunch of bats that aren't spreading rabies at all.
Well, I mean, any
and
bat
leaving
can
the ones
have
that actually
rabies.
are. Right, but most pollinating bats don't come into contact with humans.
Exactly.
The vampire bats are the ones you would have to really worry about catching rabies from.
Yeah.
So they're not even getting the ones that are spreading the rabies.
Just misinformation.
There's one more threat from humans that started to come to shape and fruition, but didn't fully back in World War II. Did you hear about bat bombs?
Nope.
So there was a dude in the U.S. who had this great idea, and it was attaching incendiary bombs to bats and then releasing the bats on Japan.
That's a pretty good idea.
So this guy apparently had the ear of, and I read this in an Atlantic article.
Yeah.
This guy had the ear of Eleanor Roosevelt, and it ended up becoming like an Army research project that went far enough along that there were mishaps, like an airplane hangar blew up because some bats got released prematurely. A general's car blew up for the same reason. And it almost happened, and then they just dropped it.
What did Eleanor Roosevelt have to do with it?
Well, she was the first lady at the time.
Well, I know, but since when did first ladies not work with education and nutrition? Like when was she like, how about bomb bats?
Eleanor Roosevelt definitely was seated at the right hand of the seat of power. She was a sharp lady.
Crazy.
Yeah, bat bombs.
Well, she wasn't that sharp. She thought that was a good idea.
I have the impression that she was doing it as a favor, like getting this guy entree to the army.
The war room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's Eleanor Roosevelt. You got anything else?
Nope.
If you want to know more about bats, you can type that word into the search bar at howstuffworks.com. And again, go look up bat eating a banana. It's so adorable.
Yeah. Or the little baby bat burritos. They have like nurseries with a bunch of them, like nursing on bottles and wrapped up in little swaddles.
So cute.
Very cute.
And since I said adorable, it's time for listener mail.
I'm going to call this one of the 10 people that saw us perform in Washington Square Park.
Oh, yeah, the 10.
Yep. So they get in any one of you. If you email us, I'll read it on the air.
All of them are missing time.
Longtime listener and fan here, guys. I introduced my boyfriend to the podcast as well. He saved us many hours of boredom on road trips. Have to say, the recent episode about how Nazis attempted to invade Long Island and Florida was one of my favorites ever. We got a lot of great response from that one, by the way. I lived in New York City for 8 years now and spent lovely summer days on Amagansett Beach.
Amagansett.
Jeez. Yeah. So the thought of a U-boat rolling up there and depositing German spies with plans to attack New York is particularly chilling. My boyfriend and I attended your show in Washington Square Park and your big live show in New York City this summer, and the latter is why I'm writing. Felt you should know as a result of the topic you chose for the show, you cost me several nights of kitchen cleanup duty. Before the show, we were grabbing drinks next door and decided to make things interesting with a little bet as to what the topic would be. We came up with 6 possible categories we thought it could fall into: biology, geography, history, physics, current events, and political, social.
It could have fallen into 3 of those.
Yeah, and we're not going to reveal it here, by the way, people, because we're touring that same show.
We got at least one more go-round with
in this fall, and so if you have seen the show, we're going to say this again and again. Don't come again unless you just want to.
Yeah.
Some people, follow the Grateful Dead or Fish around, see the same show.
No, they play a different show every night. That's why they follow them around.
Well, not completely different every night.
Pretty much different.
That's impossible.
No, I mean, they play a different show every night.
Well, they might alter songs, but they don't have 3,000 songs.
They have a lot of songs.
These people see them hundreds of nights in a row.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe we have some stuff heads that want to follow us around.
Yeah, maybe so. They're all driving around in vans.
Yeah, we mix our show up a little bit.
Sure.
All right.
I think that's a good public announcement, though,
yes,
what you just did.
Thank you. So we scribbled these down on a napkin, did the draft style selection, went back and forth picking categories. I had a feeling I was confident with my chances. For the moment you announced the topic, blank, I knew I'd lost. He had political, social, and current events. So that's a bit of a hint.
Yes.
It's not biology. Anyway, guys, we really enjoy the live shows and hope you come back to New York soon. And that is from Natalie Breitbach and her boyfriend, Hagen.
Really?
Yeah.
Hagen?
Hagan. Hagen.
Yeah, we'll go with Hagen.
All right. I would say it should be Hagen, and if they got married, he should take her last name and be Hagen Breitbach.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a great name. It sounds like there's umlauts all over the place.
All over.
Well, if you want to get in touch with us to let us know how great you thought our show is or how excited you are about seeing our show, we would like to hear from you. You can tweet to us at SYSK Podcast. You can join us on Facebook.com/Stuff You Should Know. You can send us an email to stuffpodcast@howstuffworks.com. And as always, join us at our home on the web, stuffyoushouldknow.com.
Stuff You Should Know is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
Mom, can I have Lingo Kids? Dad, Lingo Kids, please!
When did we become the Lingo Kids house?
No idea. Last week it was dinosaurs. This week it's...
Lingo Kids!
Why Lingo Kids?
Because it's the best thing ever.
We can play games
with astronauts,
wild animals,
and superheroes.
With more than 4,000 interactive games, songs, and shows, Lingo Kids is the #1 entertainment platform for young kids.
So, no dinosaurs?
And dinosaurs. Lingo Kids!
Everything kids love. Download it for free.
You know, you could be adored by everyone and still completely ignored by your cat. Trust me, I know. But if you feed your cat Sheba, you can go from being ignored to truly adored in 12 days, guaranteed, or your money back. Sheba has a full menu of products, appetizers, entrees, treats, even a kitten's menu. It's so cute. So Sheba has a product for even the pickiest eater. Like Sheba Puree, it's made with bone broth, their chef-inspired flavors. It's got a smooth and creamy texture that cats love and contains no corn, wheat, soy, or artificial flavors. It's food that your cat's gonna love. To learn more, check out Sheba.com. That's SHEBA.com.
Stuff at Sea is a 5-night, adults-only sailing trip that brings the Stuff Podcast universe to life on board. This voyage is a culture-soaked escape where pink sand paradise meets curious minds. Sailing round trip from New York City to Bermuda on October 2nd to 7th, 2026, this voyage drops you straight into the iHeart Podcast Stuff universe. On top of the adults-only experience you already love, you'll get live podcast episode recordings, behind-the-scenes sessions, themed activations, and more unmissable onboard moments. Learn more at virginvoyages.com/stuff.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.